What an atmosphere we've got. The fans have been here since dawn, and the stadium, the Faro Sol, is absolutely heaving. We're about to get set to set the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. It's qualifying day here in Mexico City.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the season finale of Season 2 of Formula 1 24 My Team career. It has been, let's say, a better season than Season 1, but definitely still hasn't been nowhere near a good season, as we only have 1 point to our team's name and a best, well, a finishing best of 10th. Then we've got, I'm pretty sure, a couple P11s, so we were close to getting more points, but sadly just not enough. And, you know, would be nice to score some points today, because I'm pretty sure it's AlphaTauri and Williams or another team ahead of us on 2 points. So there's 2 points, 2 teams on 2 points ahead of us, so, you know, easy way to get another 2 points, which would be quite nice. But yeah, we still have to see. And a couple P21s, so basically last, and I'm pretty sure 3 DNFs up until this point, so just not really looking too good. But I have made some changes, and I'm going to make a couple more changes going into Season 3 to make that even more, I guess, fun, because, you know, it's not really that fun just to sit at the back hoping for some points, hoping for a better race, hoping for some DNFs up ahead. We want to be in the fight, so hopefully in Season 3 it's going to be, you know, fighting for points on a more regular basis than Season 4, maybe Season 5 if we even get there, you know, maybe fighting for the championship podiums and wins. Norris on pole, Leclerc second and Verstappen in third place. Let's see what we can do during the race and maybe get into the points for the last time this season.
Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Red, Magnussen, Bottas, Joe, Vesti, Maldonado and Logan Sargent. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are lined up in P16 for the last race of the season here at the Mexico Grand Prix, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. As it's lights out and away we go, and we get an okay start, actually a really good start, getting to the slipstream of all of the cars ahead, go on the grass trying to overtake Ocon, still can't get past. Now we can, on the grass once again, get a warning for a slight collision with Ocon, down the inside, up into P11, P12, P11, getting past Stroll just about, switch back on Gasly over here, can we get past him, better run off the corner, and a better little bit of slipstream for the cars ahead, but, you know, not enough straight line speed to just outright pass him. We had to actually do that all on the brakes over there. Around the outside, around the inside of Ocon, around the outside of Perez, and then right behind Hamilton. Now we are in P8, starting from, what was it, P16, so really good start for us over there. A really brilliant lap 1. As we can see, lap 2 going on to lap 3, we already are out of DRS range from Hamilton and everyone ahead. And as we can see, a group forming behind. Now this is just what is just the worst, because we just don't have the car to race, people. We can do all of that kind of overtaking on lap 1, because as I said, you know, it doesn't matter what percentage AI you have, they just leave the insides open sometimes, just massively, unless you are like at max level AI. Other than that, you are just easily able to get past like I do. And you know, already lap 4, Perez 1.6 ahead, Alonso now ahead, Gasly closing in as well because we just don't have DRS on anyone. We can't keep up with anyone to keep that DRS active for us down the main straight, and the car, the main issue with it has been since the start is straight line speed. We are okay in the corners. We might actually probably be like the 6th, 7th best team in the corners right now, to be honest, because in the corners we do make up time on others, but in the straights this is just, you know, even without DRS, we do have DRS now because of Alonso, and we're going to make most use of that over there, trying to keep ahead of Gasly a little bit too long on the brakes over there, but just managing to get past, kind of squeeze Alonso out, up into P9 once more, and actually a second gap to Alonso. So let's see if we can keep that, keep them out of DRS going on to lap 6. But I guess we will see it is going to be quite hard, as you know, the main other thing about our car is, you know, not good in straights and really bad on tyre wear. So we are already struggling on corner exits. So, you know, the one place that we are really good at, we are already kind of losing out to others because our tyres are already starting to go off. Once they go about, it starts at 10% tyre wear as we go into the back of Alonso. Luckily no damage. I really don't know how this works because we literally have simulation damage, and like there's like 2 settings, but both are on simulation. So I'm not really sure how I can get away with these slight nudges sometimes, because once you can, you know, do that, go into the back of a car at like 200 kilometers an hour. Of course they are traveling, you know, a bit slower than you, not like completely still, but yeah, and otherwise sometimes you just clip your wing slightly and it's damaged. So not really sure. But over here on lap 8, battling with Gasly for the last remaining points, standing on in P10. Alonso just out of DRS range. I really tried pushing. Actually, no, we do have DRS. Okay, we did have DRS. I guess that's why we could defend from Gasly and not just get overtaken way before the corner ends. As I was saying, the tyres start. You can start to feel it when they get to around 10%. Then about 15 to 20% is where it really hits, and you really have to watch out on corner exit not to spin out. As you can see on lap 9 over here, we have lost that DRS to Alonso. Gasly gets past, Stroll gets past, and Albon is, you know, thinking that he's probably going to overtake the next lap around, as we go really aggressive into the corner. Somehow get past Stroll as he kind of got blocked by Gasly over there. Slight damage, not slight damage, but slight contact over there, but luckily no damage, as, oh, that's a bit too aggressive. I was just so frustrated that, you know, Stroll got past again, Albon got past, and I just went down the inside of 2 cars, somehow made it work. There was a slight bump into Stroll over there. No damage for either of us somehow. Not really sure how, because if Stroll would have had even slight front wing damage, he would have gone in. That's what the AI mostly do. If it affects them, they are going to go in and pit in for a new front wing. And now, just more frustration, more just flustered at the fact that I am just so slow down the straights. You know, with DRS, it's meant to be a help and aid, but they are literally getting past me way before. DRS is meant to help you set up an overtake into the brake zone, not way before the brake zone. And that's basically what's happening over here with me. And I just have just when the tyres fall off, I just can't even make up time in the other places where I would be faster than them. So on lap 10, going on to 11, I decide to go in for a pit stop to get rid of these mediums and go on to the hards, which hopefully we might be able to make it to the end, but I doubt it, because I mean the pit stop for the hards should have been, I'm pretty sure, said lap 18 to lap 31, so that is massive. Does say an estimated lifetime of 49 laps for these hards, and I guess we are going to have, you know, less and less fuel as the laps go on. But I guess we will see, as there's some yellow flags ahead and a car going slowly. Who is it? I think it's Vesti, our old teammate, who's now in V-Carb. And yes, he's parked over there, a DNF for the Red Bull Racing sister team, and we, I guess, get up one spot. And now on lap 12, going past Bottas, as he actually does an early pit stop as well. Not really sure why. Maybe he had some damage. Maybe he kind of made contact with Vesti over there. Not really sure. But yeah, up into P20 now. On lap 16, we are slowly starting to catch the cars ahead. And on lap 17, or I guess 16 going on to 17, a couple of cars have already pit. So we go and move up to P15. And we are still closing on the cars ahead. Maldonado now 3 seconds ahead, and on lap 17 already 1 second ahead and going into the pits. But we are going to overtake a lot of cars now, but Albon behind is going to overtake me as well, because he has DRS. I don't even have much ERS left, and that's just how it is. I'm not really sure why I do this to myself, putting in all of these tracks with long straights on. I should really just go on Monaco 10 times around. That would be probably the best. As all of that fighting that we've done, no damage, but that slight contact with Albon over there damages my front wing and basically just ruins our race. Any small chance that we had of still getting into points just ruined over there. I tried staying out, seeing if it's going to affect me, and it did. You could feel it in the corners. And on lap 19, Stroll getting the slipstream from behind. We kind of block him off. That was a little bit too late over there. But as you can see, we are just going out wide every single corner. And if it wasn't bad enough then, we just completely destroy the front wing just to the end. So now we do have to go in. Maybe if we were high up in the points positions, we could have probably stayed out and at least waited until like a pit stop, then go on to some softs for the last like 10 laps or so. But now we have to go in because it's just undrivable, and it's just going to affect the tyre wear, and it's just going to get even worse than it already is. And as we can see, lap 19, a couple laps since Albon passed and already 4 seconds ahead, and just quickly increasing the gap. So we go in for the pit stop, and just not just a whole season to forget, to be honest. I mean, the only time that it was actually a fun race was when we got to points somehow. But as I said, hopefully going into the next season, we are going to be able to get into those points more times than not, because I mean, it's just more fun racing for a points position. You have something to race for. And now, I mean, I could just really pull over and retire, because we are in P21, 7.5 seconds down on P20, and probably somewhere, 20 seconds to the points or something like that. So, just miles, well, maybe not 20, but like 50, actually, no, probably 20. As we can see, it's really far away. On the softs, we do manage to set our fastest Sector 2 and Sector 3, and actually checked, we were just 1/10 off the fastest time over there. So that sucks, because we would have at least had something to show for. We wouldn't have got to the point, but at least would have been like, at least had something to show for this race. As Bottas goes out again, I'm not really sure. I guess he was just doing the 2-stop out of the only car to do it, but because that was another strategy for this race. Now on lap 24, we have finally caught up to the cars ahead, so it didn't really take much, as on the softs we were really quick. But as we can see, just putting in the laps as we get past Maldonado, my teammate, just putting in the laps to catch up to these cars have absolutely wrecked my tyres. So I do have to pit in once again for sure, because I mean, if we want to finish the race like this, we'd probably be about 50% tyre usage on the rears and about probably 30 on the front. So that is just undrivable in the current state of the car. Maybe if a fully upgraded car, maybe you wouldn't feel it as much and would still be okay, but at this state that we're in, absolutely not. And as we try and get past our car, there you go, finally do get past them. Now over here, I'm already, even the last couple laps trying to catch up to these guys, I already had to watch out on the acceleration not to lose the rear and just spin out. So over here, it might look like I'm having fun and just overtaking one car, another car, and as you can see already on lap 25, 28 and 25% on the rears. I have to go out wide over there because I thought I was just going to spin out once again, because once you heat the rears even slightly, you lose all remaining grip, so you really have to watch out for the next couple corners until you kind of cool them off, if that's even possible at that time left. So lap 26, if we would have been on fresh softs and just overtaken those two cars, we would have already been past Sargent and closed in on Magnussen. But as we can see, the rears just absolutely have gone off, and we were catching up in sector 1, sector 2, then sector 3 we just lost time, especially on the final corner going onto the main straight. It was just so hard to do. But as we can see over here, lap 29, so actually, we're keeping in, we're still, with the car ahead, but as we can see, just every corner exit, just losing time, losing the car, and, the cars ahead who have pitted up for the hards before, we're still kind of actually making, we're keeping up and actually, increasing the gap time that we have to them. But Bottas on those fresh hards that pitted in, a couple laps after us, is catching up. So, the best we can probably finish is a P18 if we keep it in, but that's not what we do. In theory, I should have probably pitted in and just, maybe try and overtake the cars ahead once again, but we lose the rear, we crash out, and that's a DNF in the final race of the season.
Lando Norris, take a bow, at last, a winner in Formula One.
And they're just starting to make it look easy out there. Now a hat-trick of wins. They're out there ahead, they've got the momentum on their side, and it's for the others now to try and up their game to stop that energy that they have.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
So there we go, Norris wins from Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc in third place. Now, let's see the fastest time. I think it was actually still the same as it was before, so if we actually would have gone that 10th quicker, we would have maybe set the fastest time, but I'm not really sure because I actually can't see. I think it was, I'm not sure, but there was another driver which set a faster time, so I think we would have been close, at least closer than we were before. Charles Leclerc, of course, won the championship above Norris, even though Norris picked up quite a lot of wins towards the final races of the season. We finished in P15 ahead of our old teammate Vesti. Now, as you can see, if I would have scored one more point, depending on the finishing positions, so I actually would have probably still finished here, but if I scored 2 more points, I would have finished in P13 instead, which would have been huge. And even more huge, the drivers don't really matter if you don't win, but the constructors, if we would have scored 2 more points instead of P9, we would have finished in P7, which would have made a way bigger difference to us. And Ferrari in the final race just hold on from McLaren, 4 points, nearly as close as it finished in the actual season. I think it was actually, I think it was a little less. I think it was actually somewhere out there though, so yeah, quite close. Hoping to be, maybe fighting, for 5th place next season, 100 points in a season, hopefully we're going to get that at least, for the P6 with Alpine, somewhere around those regions, maybe, in between. I guess we'll see all of that in the next season. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.